What's up, everybody? Welcome to this first debut episode of Titans Talk with head coach of West Forsyth, Adrian Snow. I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Coach, 1-0 after week one. How you guys feeling?
We'll take it. No doubt about it. It's a whole lot better being 0-1. So I was proud of our kids.
Most definitely. You guys haven't played football since 2019. I know we're just happy that we're at this point right now. I know you were really stoked about your defensive performance against an Oak Grove team with some talent on the offensive end. What did you see from your guys, and what was the strategy a little bit?
Out there, I hope I didn't. So, can you hear me? You got me? You still got me, Brandon?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you,
I don't
Coach.
know what
Yep.
happened there. Somebody might try to call me. I'm here at school, and the Wi-Fi, we're trying to work with that. But basically, what
I feel you.
they had the player of the year in their league, and it was definitely a good player. But our kids ultimately they just flew around defensively. It was fun to watch. I mean, they just got after it. Really attacked them, which was really good for us. Got him before he got going, which was nice. But our kids just did a really good job. And the great thing about it is we're really young over there. We only start two seniors, Johnny Bird at corner and Jay Kill at safety, and the rest of them are they're youngins, and which is definitely bodes well for the future.
You mentioned a lot of new faces. A first game back scoring 40+ points on the offensive side. What did you feel good about that effort coming out? Did you expect the guys to be so sharp? And what do you want to work on?
Offensively, we've got four out of our five. Really, if you count our tight end, we've got five out of six that are varsity that played last year. So we feel real good about those guys. They did a really good job for us. So that helped us. And we had a first year varsity player playing quarterback for us in Kean Bailey, but he did a really good job. And we've got two great backs that do a really good job, Nazion Johnson and Javante Long.
Yeah.
Both of those do really well. Both of them are home run hitters, which is kind of nice. Makes us look like we know what we're doing.
Just looking back at the film, it seemed like you guys dominated in all three aspects of the game. Speak about that. Special teams got a big boost from you guys as well as the defense and the offense.
Well, we returned two kickoffs for touchdowns, which was nice. There's no doubt about that. Anytime you can get some extra juice from get those teams, we tell those guys they're special teams. They're called special teams for a reason. You have to be special to play on those teams. So we were proud of our guys. There are definitely things that we can do better, and we've got to work on to get better. But that's why we have practice, and that's what we're doing right now, planning today and the next couple of days. Hopefully that we can get out there and improve ourselves and, just continue to improve and keep climbing the ladder.
Certainly, what was the energy like, and what has it been like before the game, after the game, and heading into this week's practice? What's the energy like in the locker room?
It's been good. Our kids are resilient. I mean, it's sometimes I think we as coaches are older people. I'm definitely older than all of y'all, but that sometimes with what we've dealt with is a little bit more emotional. But our kids have been real resilient. They've done a really good job. I think they're just enjoying the moment. They're enjoying being with each other, having a good time. And yeah, we got to do it with a mask, and you can't get close than 6 feet. And that's something you
Yeah.
have to work on all the time to make sure that they do it the right way. Holler at them about, hey, put your mask on, stuff. And they're great. They understand what it is, and they do what they're supposed to do. But we were proud of our kids, no doubt about that.
It's been a necessary adjustment playing with the mask. What has been the most difficult part that you've observed and the staff has observed with the players?
Oh, trying to keep them on. I mean, it's just. I mean, I don't. Anybody talks about it. The first thing you want to do is when you start talking, you want to put it down, and you can't see anybody smile
Hmm.
anymore, which is awful. And I'm a big smiler and try to do the right thing and try to speak to
Right
everybody and
on.
talk to everybody, which I normally do. But now you can't even see a person smile. So wearing a mask, wearing the mouthpiece definitely are things that we have to kind of work on and kind of get going. But our kids have done a good job. We've tried to work around work through the protocol of what it's supposed to be, not work around it, but understand what we have to do, how it has to be done, and try to handle it the best way we can.
Heading into today as well as the rest of the week, what will be the mindset and the focus? You got Paige this week, who's another team with a proud history that's currently rebuilding and looking to find their identity this year.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. When you talk about history of high school football in the state of North Carolina, they probably don't get much better than Paige in the sense of what they've done. Coach Robertson does a great job. He will have them back to glory. There's no doubt about it. But they've got some talent on the team. There's no doubt about it. And we'll need to be ready to play. It's one of those things where, even in their county, they were different than us. We started working out in August. They didn't really let their kids, football kids, start working out until basically December, and they couldn't use a ball until January.
Okay.
So those are all different things that hopefully our county gave us a plus and helped us because we gave us a chance to continue to prepare and get ready and be ready to do what we were going to do, which was good. So it was good. So, but Paige in itself, there's no doubt when it comes to tradition, there's none better in our area.
Most definitely. They've been really great in the past. I know the last two meetings, you guys have split two totally different rosters this year. What's your outlook on this game so far?
Well, ultimately, again, we're trying to be 1-0 at the end of the week. That's the way we look at it. So right now, and we're really focused on improving the little things. We talked about it as a coaching staff. We've got to really work hard to paint with a small brush. We can't just throw the paint on there and go. We just got to really work to fine details, whether it may be saying square, whether it be, where you're supposed to be, running the right route, disciplined eyes, looking at the right spot, all those things. If we continue to work the little things, the big things will take care of themselves. But our kids, they worked into that, and our coaches have too. We've really done a good job. It's been crazy. Right now, trying to find a place to practice is like a major undertaking. I mean, if we just got to try to find a dry piece of ground. Last night we found one, but it happened to be the parking lot. But last time I checked, you don't tackle nobody on no parking lot. But right, it's just been it's been crazy. But like I said, our kids been real resilient, and our motto the whole year is just to adapt and overcome. We have to adapt and overcome. But our kids have handled it well, and it's been good.
Definitely. I think that at this point in the season, everybody's really just trying to barrel through the weather. Like you said, Friday night was just unbearable. You guys playing a day early. What is your thoughts on teams having to switch locations right now? I know a few teams we talked about even played at North Forsyth Stadium. What is that adjustment like, having to play at a field and, allowing someone to use your facility, just showing the brotherhood we got in Forsyth County?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a tough situation because I am a purist. I want to play in the weather. I'm all about it. Right now, the issue you run into when it comes to that is if you play in the weather now, and basically if you play in the weather in August, the field is going to repair itself. It's going to take care of business. It's going to repair itself. If you play now, it's an issue of basically trying to. Now it's going to be a deal where, all right, you can't repair. I mean, there's a team down east. I saw their field after, and it was. I'm talking about. There's no way that I don't think they can play on it the rest of the year. I mean, I think you have a chance of being done. And it was awful. I mean, the whole sideline literally was just mud. I mean, it was nothing. It was done. The field is done. And not only are you going to have to repair it, you're not going to be able to use it anymore. So for this year. So I think you have to handle it a whole lot. You got the way you handle it this spring or really winter season is totally different than what we've had to do any other year.
Speaking of spring and winter, not to look ahead, but do you feel like it's going to be an adjustment with, it feels like this season, not to say it's not usually year round, but with football this season ending, you guys playing in spring, then spring ball right behind that, and then the fall coming in. Like you said, the field's just not getting that recovery time.
Yeah, it's going to be different, but hey, we're having a chance to play. So when the good Lord gives you lemons, you make lemonade, do the best you can, and so that's kind of the biggest thing for us is we're just trying to. Hey, they're letting us play. So if we're going to let us play, we're going to play.
Absolutely.
And then when we're done, we'll take a couple weeks off or whatever, and we'll rev it back up and start back again and go from there. So it's just like I said, there's an opportunity, and we're taking advantage of it.
Definitely. Coach, we definitely appreciate you being on. We're going to take our first commercial break here. This is Titans Talk with Coach Adrian Snow of West Forsyth. Y'all stay locked in with us.
All right, shall we change the name now? Okay.
I think it flows. I don't know how's he gonna bring in Coach McIntyre.
I just did it right there, Coach McIntosh.
Yeah, just bring him in like we did last week. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, what's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, alive and healthy, my guy. No complaints here.
Got a face for radio. Y'all didn't tell me I was going to be on the thing.
Oh, man. I'm going to get a cut myself after this.
Yeah, I got to get it here. Mine's crazy. So, how long do I got here? About 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, you said we want to keep it about 8 to 10 minutes, does?
Yeah, you can go ahead and go.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is segment number 2 of Titans Talk with Coach Adrian Snow. I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney. Right now, we have defensive coordinator Coach McIntosh, who is one of the big reasons why this defense performed so well. They were so prepared against Oak Grove, a talented offense that features some highly talented players around not just North Carolina, but a couple around the nation as well. Coach, you had a big task ahead of you. What was the strategy going in and keeping these guys sharp? I know you guys haven't played since 2019, and there were some new faces you had to break in.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous because going into the game, just because we hadn't played in so long. It had been a while. I mean, over 400 days since we played. So once we got the first play over, I felt pretty good. I just wanted to get that first play. It's like when you're out there playing, you want to get that first hit in. So after we survived the first play and they didn't score on us on the first play, I felt pretty good about our defense. Yeah, after the first play, we were good to go.
Looking at some of the defensive standouts, I think your linebackers were very active, getting to the football. Defensive line produced some sacks. It was really, got some ball hawks. Jake Hill leading the secondary. It seemed like you guys got really good production from all 3 areas in this defense.
Oh, yeah, we did. And that was the back end of our defense was we have pretty much we got an experienced group back there. But for our linebacker, we were starting out of our 4 linebackers, we were starting 3 new linebackers. 3 of our linebackers graduated last year, and then 2 of our 3 defensive linemen were new for this year to varsity football, or starting in varsity football for this year. So we had to replace a lot of guys from last year. And with the crazy off season and everything like that, not knowing where we're going to practice and not having the conditions to be able to tackle in practice, because you can't really tackle on the pavement. So we hadn't had a lot of tackling practice. It was really nerve-wracking going in because all those questions, and then they snapped the ball, and it was like, all right, lights out. Here we go.
definitely. Looking in, what did you tell the guys? How did you guys want to come out and really set the tone?
Well, we always preach in practice to play with a ton of energy. Myself and the coaching staff preach every day. You may mess up, and we're going to mess up every single game. We're going to go to the wrong spot every single game. But the one thing you're never allowed to mess up is effort. And so we want 11 hats to the football every single play. It takes zero talent to give effort. It takes zero talent to give hustle. So there's absolutely no excuse for the backside corner to not run as hard as he can across the field, because you never know when that play can pop, and he's got to make an angle tackle all the way down the sideline to save a touchdown. So we will always preach 11 hats to the ball, play with a lot of energy, play with a lot of excitement, and when we do something good, we're going to celebrate it, but we're going to celebrate it off the field on the sideline, not ever on the field.
You mentioned having an experienced secondary, and Coach Snow has brought light to that as well, especially with safety Jake Hill wasn't able to join us tonight, or today, excuse me. But seeing that production, how important and move forward, big game against Page this week and secondary.
You're breaking up pretty bad. I
can't
hear everything that you're asking me. You got me?
Oh, it's no problem. I know you guys are using the school Wi-Fi. I'm just talking about that secondary. I know you guys, you as well as Coach Snow, have both highlighted on it. I know you guys are really hyper. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Just keep going in and out. I'm gonna try to step out here to see if I can get a little better service.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. A whole lot of green and gold going on.
All right, go ahead. I'm right at the door now. Let's see if it works.
Okay. Hey, you got some good lighting. I like it.
Yeah.
Basically, Coach, we just that natural light.
That's the best guy.
Basically speaking about that, right? We were speaking about that secondary. I know you guys are really talking about their performance. You mentioned some of those upperclassmen coming back with the experience. How important will their leadership be relied upon moving forward? Big game against Page this week and throughout the season.
Oh man, you can't recreate experience. So back in the back end, we got Jake Hill back there, and he was going to be on the show, but since we're in school right now, he's in class. But Jake back there, he's like having a coach on the field. He gets us lined up. He knows where everybody's supposed to be, even though it's not his job to know where everybody's supposed to be. But he still knows where everybody's supposed to be. So if somebody's in the wrong spot, even if it's up front, even if it's a linebacker or a D lineman, he knows where all of them are supposed to be. So him just helping us get lined up, it's like having just one of us out on the field, one of our coaching staff out on the field, because he knows exactly where everybody's supposed to be. He kind of is an extension of us out there on the field.
You guys have always produced high end defensive talent. Who are some of these guys that we might not know about right now that could break out this year and really make some noise?
Oh man, there's so many of them because we got so many new guys this year. I think we got like maybe 3 returning guys from last year. So this year I'll keep an eye on
a lot of new blood.
Yeah. Now Chris Van Cleet, he played varsity for us last year, but he plays safety, so he's in a new position this year. He's playing
tackles.
He's had 16 tackles. He's playing Mike linebacker for us this year, which I think is a little more natural spot for him. Last year he was a sophomore and he was playing safety. I think we got him in a spot where he can run and make plays. So he's going to be pretty good this year. Obviously, Mac Davis back. He was a beast for us last year. He's going to continue to be a beast. Quavian Rush, Avery Salerno, Those two are outside guys. They're gonna make plays on the edge.
Okay.
And then on the D line, we got J.D. LeGrant is a sophomore. He played varsity for us as a freshman last year. He's a beast on the D line. And then
nice.
Obviously Jake in the secondary. And our two corners, we got Don Robinson moving up from our JV team, and then he's a stud. I mean, Don reminds me of like a mini Deion Sanders. He's got the swag. He's got everything.
He's got
and
some
then,
serious swag.
Yeah, he's got the dangly earring. He's got it all. Yeah. And then we got a transfer. He moved here from Texas, which was a great surprise. Johnny Bird came in last year, towards the end of the school year last year, and Johnny's the dog. Like he goes out there and he ain't afraid of nothing.
Most definitely. Hey, man, we already know football in Texas bringing that mentality. It's something different out there.
Yeah.
So as far as looking at the overall defense, how would you describe this group?
Fast. I would say we have a fast group of kids. At linebacker, we're fast. At corner, we're fast. Safety, we're fast. And even our D-line moves well. We are not a big, bulky defense where we're just going to clog holes up, but we're going to fly to the football, and we're going to try to beat you with speed and putting athletes at every position on the field.
Definitely, and that seemed like the tell of the tape. You guys just 11 hats to the football every time. Coach, looking ahead, Page this week, what do you want to emphasize to your guys early on in this week in practice?
This week in practice, we've talked about yesterday out on our illustrious practice field yesterday of a parking lot. We got to get out
terrain.
there. So yesterday, yeah. I know it's every day. We got to find a new spot to practice. We're just scouting out new spots all around campus here at West. But we have talked about Page has some really good athletes. So, it's Page High School. They're always going to have athletes. We got to make sure that we are fitting our gaps, and we got to make sure that we're containing their quarterback because he moves well. So when we are pass rushing, we got to stay in our lanes. We can't just dip inside because we want to dip inside. You got to stay in your lane, make the quarterback step up in the pocket, don't let him outside. And then when they run the ball, we gotta know our assignments. And we've really been harping on this week, not flying just because you think the ball's going outside, not flying, seeing your key, reading your key, and letting your eyes make that decision instead of just flying to the football all over the place.
Coach, you'll know after that first play, huh?
Yeah, I'm always nervous to the first play. After the first play, I feel okay, unless there's another reason I was nervous about the first play this year, because the last first play I called was against Vance last year, and they hit us for about 70-yard touchdown on the first play. So I was a little nervous this year about the first play.
Hey, they did that to a lot of people, state champions. 2019, I should say. They were, they were special. Coach, I definitely appreciate you being on. Titans Talk will be moving forward, having you guys on. So y'all make sure to tune in, everybody, especially all the West Forsyth Titans Nation out there. Going to be bringing you the exclusive content for the West Forsyth Titans football this year and beyond. So y'all make sure to lock in. It's going to be a fun season, special season. Coach McIntosh, appreciate you hopping on, man, and good luck to you guys this week.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, most definitely. I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, and that's a wrap for us.